it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden, growing in Zone 7B on Cape Cod, Mass. It is February 10th and I have been going crazy being stuck in the house, so I went plant shopping again, so come along. So in today's video, I'm going to go over what I bought at the plant store, and I'm also going to pot those plants up, and I'll do that with you. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to show you some footage of this amazing, amazing plant store. It's called Logee's, and it's in Dale-Nielsen, Connecticut, which is northeast Connecticut. But the good thing about that is they actually do catalog sales. So they have these catalogs. Here's the early spring 2025 edition. So you can order through the catalog. They have a website. You can order online. You can fax your order in. You can mail order your order in. So if you're seeing anything you like here today, you can get these plants. I didn't buy anything super rare because I just recently started taking care of my house plants. So I didn't want to get anything too precious. So I kind of kept it basic. So these you might be able to find other places, but if you're interested in some rare and unusual plants, really check them out. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, obviously. I just took a ride down there. I just found out from someone else that it existed. I said, I'm going. So wait till you see the footage of this place. It's really almost like a museum for plants. It is so cool. It is like one of the oldest greenhouses around. And one of their claims to fame is they have this Ponderosa Lemon tree that was brought by horse and buggy to the greenhouse, planted right where it remains today 125 years ago in 1900. Is that crazy? I love that story, and I will try to put some footage right here of that plant. As you can see from a little bit of that footage how spectacular this place is. They're known for their begonias too. They have millions of varieties of begonias. Plants that I personally have never seen before, and it's really, really cool place to visit. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend. So what I ended up purchasing from Logee's, I got a few things. So the first one is this little itty bitty plant right here. And this is a Pilea. Now I'm going to kill the name, so forgive me. A Pilea peperomotes. Is that right? Peperomotes, I guess. Look at that. It's otherwise known as a Chinese money plant. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I love the foliage. So these are just facts that I was told and that I looked up online before I did this video. So don't hold me to this, but I was told that this is a very easy to grow plant. It needs medium to bright indirect light. You should really let it dry out between waterings. Oh, it's dry. It's in this tiny little pot, so I'm gonna have to water this a lot. It's non-toxic to pets, which is great. It gets about 12 inches tall and about 8 to 12 inches wide, and it's a native to China. You can pot this up using regular potting mix. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I got this cute little pot for it to go into. That was my first plant. And my second one I got was this one. Wait till you see this one. This is a spiderwort. Look at the color on that. Isn't that pretty? Wow, this feels pretty light too. This needs water. Isn't that nice? So this is called, okay, I'm going to murder this name. This is called the Transcantia Nanook. It's another easy to grow plant, bright to medium filtered light. So like an east window is great, or a north window. The one thing about this plant is it does like humidity. This would be a great plant for like a bathroom if you have a window in your bathroom. Like down the Cape, I know I'm going to put this in my bathroom because I have lots of light in my bathroom because I have the skylights. So I'll get that diffuse but bright light. And it's very humid, obviously, because when we're showering and washing up in there, it will get the humidity. The only thing about this one, it is toxic to pets. I mean, I don't think it will kill your pet. It said mildly toxic. So if they ate it, they might get sick. This is actually a trailing plant. So it gets to about 3 to 6 inches high. But once these get longer, like this one, if you put it in a hanging pot, it will trail down. So it's super pretty. I love this. And this one can be potted up with just regular potting mix also. So I'm going to do that today. And I just got a terracotta pot for this one. And this little lovely little cutie pie is called a Peperomia prostata. Creeping peperomia. I know I'm screwing up the name, sorry. But this is also otherwise known as string of turtles. How cute is that? It's aptly named because if you can see, the leaves look like turtle shells a little bit. I love this. So cute. I didn't buy a pot for this because I was planning on putting in a head planter that I had bought earlier in the week. But look at my head planter. I miscalculated just a little bit. That's not going to work. It's way too big for this little tiny plant. I think it grows kind of quickly, so maybe I'll have a chance. But for now, I'm just going to leave it in this pot until I can find a planter for it. I have a good idea because I saw one that I really like. So let me tell you a little bit about this plant. So this is a very easy plant to grow. It needs bright and indirect light. It needs to stay pretty moist in the summertime, but it's okay if you let it dry out in the winter when it's not growing. This plant is a semi-succulent plant, so you don't want to like soak it too much or let it sit in standing water, but it does like humidity. You don't want its feet to get too wet though, because it will rot. It's kind of like a succulent. It's called semi-succulent. I've never heard of that term, but that's what it says. The one bad thing though, it is toxic to pets, so keep Pooch and Kitty Cat away from this. But I just really love it. The more common one that I've seen is called string of pearls. It's similar to that, but it's called string of turtles. I love this little plant. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't kill these plants. And then the last one I bought was a rattlesnake plant. Look at this plant. And the reason why I bought this plant, look at the underside. It's like purple underneath. Is because when I walked into Logee's, right into the first greenhouse, they have one growing there that's literally gorgeous. It's probably about 3 feet tall by 2 feet wide, maybe or even bigger. So this is a Calathea lancifolia. But what's interesting about this plant is they recently changed the name of this plant to, I'm gonna mess up this name bad, Geopretia insignis. That's the best I can do. Maybe I'll put the names on the bottom down there just to make it easier because I know I'm mangling the names. So what I learned about this plant, it is a little bit more tricky to care for. So the other 3 plants are very easy care, great for a beginner, but this one I hear is a little more tricky. Again, like the others, it wants bright but indirect light. You want to keep it moist in the summertime. It likes humidity, but it needs to be fed in the spring and the summer, like once a month. You don't want to overwater it or have it in standing water. And it really, really, really likes humidity. So even if you want to put this like maybe in a little tray with pebbles in it with water to keep the humidity up, that's another option. I might end up putting this one in my bathroom too. We will see. It's pretty humid on Cape Cod, in the summer at least. So I think maybe in the summer I can put it in my new sunroom that's coming, or my new garden room, and in the wintertime when it dries out, I can put it in the bathroom maybe. So that's my plan for this, so I hope I don't clean it. One bad thing about this, it is prone to spider mites, so you really have to keep an eye on it too. And another tick against this one, it is toxic to pets. So I didn't know any of that when I picked it up. I just thought it was really cool. And I still think it's really cool. I just hope I don't kill it. And I just bought a terracotta pot for this one too. And I wish I had a ceramic pot that would fit this, because I think with the terracotta pot, it wicks a lot of the moisture out a little easier. And it likes to stay moist. So I think I'm just gonna pot it in there for now, because it's been in this pot for like a week now and I wanna get it potted up. So I hope you enjoyed that little recap of the plants I bought. Let's pot them up. Let's start with our Chinese money plant. Wow, this is really super dry, this poor little plant. If you hear noise in the background, Mr. Momo and Morty are having a field day here today. Uh-oh, this is really dry, guys. It's gonna tease the roots just a little. It's so dry though, I don't want them to break. The other cool thing about Logees is they have this little planting up, potting up station. So if you want to, before you leave, if you just buy like a pot there, or they had a big pile of terracotta pots there, you could pot it up right before you leave. Let's see. So I just put a little bit of soil in it, and I'm kind of making a hole, pressing it up against the sides of the pot. And sticking my plant in. Oh yeah, look how cute that little baby is. Oh, I love it. Except I have to water this really so much. Let me get my water. So when I was talking about the lighting needs of these plants, I was mentioning bright to medium indirect light. Those terms are very confusing. So a good way to think about it is this. If you have a plant that requires low light. So low light is the type of light that it's enough to like read by, but it wouldn't really cast a good shadow if you had something in front of the light. A medium light will cast like a shadow, but not a real sharp shadow, kind of like a soft shadow. And then a bright light will cast a very distinct shadow. So that's a good way to think about it. So like a medium light would probably be like an east-facing window. And something that says they don't want direct light, you wouldn't want to put in a south-facing window or even a west-facing window, because that afternoon light is very, very harsh. But there we go, one plant down. How cute is that? Oh my God, I love that. Next, let's do the spiderwort. Okay, so this is another one that can be planted just in potting soil. Here's my pot. Okay, so maybe with this one, I can do that method of taking the plant out of the pot, gently squeezing the bottom and just lifting it out. Perfect root system, not too much. Looks great. Looks really good. Okay, setting it down gently. Put a little soil in your pot in the bottom. Set your pot inside. And fill in all around it. I don't have a lot of my supplies here. I know I keep complaining about not being on the Cape, but it's hard for me to do all my planting without my stuff. I'm winging it. Doing it right at my kitchen countertop here at my condo. There we go. So then I'm just gonna pop this out and pop the plant in. Perfect. Give it a little press to firm it up. My gosh, I love this. It's so pretty. Look at that. Give it a little water. Oops, I forgot to put a little thing underneath of it. There we go. That's two down. Easy enough. You know what the sad part is, guys? Once summer comes, I'm going to be hard pressed to take care of all these plants I bought over this winter. Because I'm outside all the time. I'll forget that these plants even exist. I'm going to try really hard not to do that. So these plants aren't in their big growth season yet, so I'm not going to feed these plants. And I'm sure they probably have been well taken care of at that nursery. This is the one I'm worried about the most. I'll probably end up killing it. I'll update you if I do. Here we go. Here's the root system. This pot isn't very big either. Just gonna fill it a little bit. Press it up the sides. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm sorry. There's my Momo. I don't know if you guys know about this, but my poor Mr. Morty, he's having a rough winter. He hates it here so much. And about 2 months ago, I guess it was, he suffered a pretty bad stroke, unfortunately. He turned 11 on New Year's Day. He's a New Year baby. But he recovered quite nicely from that. We were surprised. We were really, really worried about him. He's pretty much back to normal, maybe a little tad bit slower than he normally is, but he's still running in the woods and having a good old time with his life. And then 2 nights ago, I think he had another one. It was smaller. It didn't seem to affect him as much. This is too tight, guys. I'm going to kill this plant already, just transplanting it. But we kept a close eye on him. I mean, I brought him, there is a great animal hospital here. I don't know if you're familiar with Tufts University. The Tufts Veterinary School is right up the street from me, luckily. It's like 10 minutes away. So we were able to take him there right away when it first happened. There we go. So guys, I'm almost done with this part of the video. I did take some more video of the greenhouses. They have, I think they have like 5 or 6 greenhouses. They're all really old, but they are loaded with plants. Not only that, they have a whole house dedicated to herbs and medicinal herbs. So that's pretty cool too. So I did take some video of that. Oh my gosh, I never realized how many different types of basil there were. Awesome. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to Logee's and potting up all my gorgeous new plants. There's still tons of snow outside here, so we have to do something to get through the winter. We are heading down to our Cape Cod cottage this weekend, so maybe I'll take some video and give you a little sneak peek of what's going on down there with the renovation. So thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you'd like to hit that thumbs up, it really helps my videos be seen, so that's super nice. So that's going to do it for today, guys. And so until next time, get out there and grow. Bye.